We're here with Raquel, and Raquel, you got something. It's called Beyond, and it's something that I say you got to see it. You know, let's just see it. Can we see it, Raquel?
Well, you have what? Just the trailer, right?
Here it is. Okay, that what? You want more? Then come to La Femme. I tell this every single year. How long is it, by the way, Raquel?
It's only 3 minutes and 10 seconds, so I couldn't show much more. If
No,
not, it
that's
was the whole
fine.
film.
No, I look. It is what you know. No, I mean the full. How long is the full?
The full is 3 minutes 10 seconds.
I don't know why in my head I heard seconds. Okay. My point is this. It's about something very important, and people see that and they go, I still don't know what it's about. But this is how it reads. Beyond addresses the history of Taiwan's White Terror, possibly the darkest period in Taiwan. So you did an animated form, which they go, well, wait, what? But I go, ooh, there's a story there. Can you talk?
You want to talk a little? Sorry, do you want me to talk a little bit about the story of the
Yes.
film? So I think a lot of people don't know about the Taiwan's White Terror, but basically that was a political repression of the Taiwanese civilians and political dissenters, and then the Kuomintang rule government, and that basically started from approximately 1949 until 1987, where people were arrested and then killed, tortured, thrown into the water to drown, raped, etc. Yeah, so it's a bit of a sad film with a little bit of hope at the end.
Well, the music, I'm not going to lie. People don't understand sometimes when you hear that and you go, oh, I get it now. If you know the history, I'm not going to lie. I'm really bad with history, and I've heard of it. And I know there are other films that go, you didn't, I go, oh, I'm sorry. I always say I'm going to be there and then something happens and I'm also not there. But if I make it a day, I try. But there are a lot of, I'll give you an example. Walkman. Nobody knows a Walkman anymore. There's, a phone. Nobody knows. I literally saw one and I said, ooh, I haven't seen those in a while, you know, where you take them off, you pay a quarter and you're good to go. Or, oh yeah, it was a dime or a nickel. But so we're in an age where a lot of young ones are not knowing the history. How long have you known about the White Terror?
Basically, I didn't know anything about it until I started to work on this film.
Well, then good. You're like me.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
I had no idea.
If you're going to say, aren't you a history major? No, I'm not. I just talk a
But
lot
yeah,
when I know.
it's a story that Taiwanese don't, it seems, for what I've been told, they don't like to talk about. So young people don't know about it, their family don't talk about it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not unknown.
And every area has, like, Japan's had, China's had, and they go, let's talk about it. And they go, too much. And you can't get some people that were in the middle of it to talk about it. And they go, no, too much. And then you have censor. You go, uh-oh, too much. So have you had any push on this, or people are like, nah, we're about that? Or have you had people go, I didn't even know that happened. That really happens? Or they don't even believe you. There's a lot of people that don't believe anymore.
Well, actually, I've shown a couple of places, and people with family in Taiwan, so where mom or the mother or the father was Taiwanese, they came to talk to me and told me specifically, thank you for showing this, you know, with tears in both our eyes, this person and I, telling me how this is a bit of a taboo for a lot of families. So they were appreciated that they could see it, even though I'm not from there, and I just give a different perspective of what I've been researching about it. But yeah, I had a couple of encounters with people from Taiwan, and then from people all over the world that had no idea about it. So that has been the impression that I'm basically what I've been hearing about when they've seen the film. It's just not known.
And how do you explain that to the person? I'll give you an example. My mother, right? I love my mother. She's amazing. Go to my Instagram, go like and heart. You'll say, oh my God, she's really been in the hospital more than once. And she goes, no, I haven't. And I go, you forgot how bad it was. Paramedics came. It was bad. How would you explain that? Because I can almost guarantee you she has no idea. She goes, I know, but then she Googles it and then she pulls it up. Like, how much information is about white terror
In the film, basically the whole, yeah, basically it was inspired by this in the February 20th incident, and also by articles that I searched online, but also a book that I read that was called Journey Through the White Terror, A Daughter's Memoir, whose father actually had been arrested and was for years and years and years without being able to see the family. And one, I think, anecdote that I saw that I read in the book that I included in my little short animated film was that, in a symbolic way, is that her dad found a red bean on Green Island, which is where they were prisoners. And that's a bean that's called, also the Taiwanese people call it the love pea. And he kept it with the hope that he could see his daughter again and to give it to her. And he did, but he only did about 30 years later. So this is one example of what, now I forgot what you were asking me, but an example of the things that you can see in the film. A lot of symbolism on what happened during that time, in terms of how representing people in this very small cell that are wet, and they are naked, and they are all like a puzzle, one next to each other. Symbolism of the stone in that, and the cemetery with a lot of people were actually buried, and they only found the cemetery in the late 80s. Yeah, and symbolism with like drops of blood, how they fall from the fingers, because that was one of the torture that they did, which was to like open this, I forgot how do you say this in English, this part of the finger,
and they would let them bleed out. Is that correct? I somehow I know that.
Yeah, and they will just take the nails out too, and they will hang them from the feet down. Yeah.
I've had a fear ever since I was a kid.
I'm sorry?
I've had a fear ever since I was a kid. All right. And it was this, I go, there's a lot of torture, and I never knew about torture as a kid. And I always thought, ooh, what if, would I be able to handle that? And then, but you said it, nails pulled out, and they don't pull it out like slowly. They pull it out fast. And then some pull it out slowly, go, ah, and now you got no nail. I've had people where they damage a nail and the nail comes off. I go, no. Have your nail ripped off. And for some reason that's in my head. I don't know why, but Raquel, I don't know what you would do. I don't know what anyone would do with that. And the torture, what was the reason they said the torture was important for? Do they say it was important? Why is torture like that important? Are they CIA? The CIA do that? No? All right, go ahead, Raquel. I'm getting all kinds of things go ahead.
What else do you want me to talk about the film? Well, again, it's very, very short, but it has a little bit of kind of hope at the end, when this person actually gets the bean, which feels like a little red blood too, and blow it out to the air, and it becomes a seed that brings hope to everybody, to the families of these people that were captured.
It's a horrible time. I get why people don't want to, because I tell you, you're going to get all the information from, don't give me secrets I'm not supposed to have. You take out a nail, or say you're going to take out a nail, I will tell you everything right there. Do they still take out nails right after? I know it's not a laughing matter. I'm going to shut up. Anyway, Raquel, thank you for doing you know, you just say that part, they'll take your nail out. I don't think I'm that tough. And I've had this, it's something in my head ever since I was a kid. And I go, a nail, I just don't want that. And I see it almost, and I go, ooh, I'm a visual, all right? So I appreciate, I'm going to show it really quick. Here's the trailer again so you can understand. But imagine your nails being taken out. Would you be about? I don't think so. Here it is. Are you about that? I don't think so. All right. Anyway, Raquel, thank you for doing this. Thank you for making it so and the music, my God, how did you do it to make the music and the visual and because it's a book, I guarantee it.
Well, the music was composed by Esther Garcia, and I like to, when I animate, I like to work if I can with the music ready, so I can then animate and time everything accordingly to the music. So I listen to it like 100, 200 times until I'm able to visualize what I want to portray, and then animate it accordingly. And yes, I was looking for strings because for me, it just really gets into my bones and it gives me goosebumps. And I felt I wanted to feel like that while watching the film. That's why I was looking for this kind of tone.
Well, it's beyond. You don't want it, I guess. But okay, thank you so much. We want more from you. What's next?
I'm actually doing animation on prints. I'm doing there's nothing to do with film. Prints from endangered animals, illustrations from the 18 and 1900, and then when you go and put your phone on the print, then you can see an animation for each of the animal or plants that are endangered, and then you see a little bit of like a minute of facts about that particular species, and then threads. Yeah, so it's not a film format, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, but I want to see something more from you, and I want to see it at La Femme. So if you could bring it to La Femme, that'd be great. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Raquel. All right, more right after this.
Take care. Bye.
We're here with Antonia. Antonia, you have something here, and I'm going to let you, or maybe we should see it. Should we see it? Antonia, tell me what we're going to see in this, because it's, wow.
Okay, so this the film is called The Second Golden Age. This is a full-length cinematic feature by director Mario Tokach, who I am not, obviously. And it's the story of two middle-aged women falling in love and then trying to survive in eastern Hungary in a really small town. And it's not easy for them. So that would be my quick synopsis. I can tell more about the film after.
Here it is.
Állítsuk meg a liberális pornótanárt.
Mi hozta ide Tisza közbe?
A szerelem.
Ezt pedig középre.
Valami kis románc? Ezt hogy érted?
Ezek csak mesék.
Mesék. Buzimesék azok. És ezzel akarjátok behálózni a gyerekeinket, mi?
Összefonjátok lágyan, puhán a kezeiteket. Nagyon jó.
Legközelebb mi lesz? A Laokon szoborcsoport. Meztelen fiúkkal.
Én majdnem szívrohamot kaptam.
De miért?
Egy ágy van.
Te szégyelsz engem?
Okay, so there it is. And Antonia, I'm going to say it. Hungary. Because it says here, an activist movie based on true events that happened in the past 3 years in Hungary. As you could tell, I'm not really good with like information all around the world, obviously, even though I do a show. There it is. But Hungary, what happened?
Okay, so this is, first of all, let me tell you why I'm here and why I'm introducing this film, apart from the fact that it's really late in Hungary right now. I live in Los Angeles. My day job is being a college professor here, but I belong to the LGBTQ community in Hungary. So my son was asked to participate in this film because the directors and the creators had a hard time finding child actors for this film, and many scenes in the film are set in a school. So the reason for this is the creation of the so-called child protection laws in Hungary that are basically Russian-style anti-LGBTQ and anti-gay and anti-trans laws created in 2021, I believe, in Hungary. that ban all sorts of information about queer, gay, and transsexuality, sexual orientation for minors. In Hungary, actually, a lot of parents were afraid of allowing their children to participate in the film, and that's why I'm here. This is The Cradle Scarlet, an activist soap opera. It directly responds to this situation. It's the story of two middle-aged women falling in love and then trying to live in a small town where one of them is more cosmopolitan. She is from Budapest. She's used to living in a more liberal environment, and she's out to her friends and out more in general. The other lives in the small town, and she hasn't really come out to her social environment. And there are also other complications in the film that involve the censorship of books, LGBT-themed books for children. And there is a non-binary activist librarian that organizes a reading of an LGBTQ fairy tale book for children, and that doesn't go down very well. But in the end, the story ends on a positive note. It is it's an activist soap opera that tries to provide a positive resolution for community. It's also, I guess, should I go on?
Yeah, why I didn't even know this happened in Hungary. I didn't know. Hungary. So in 2021, Hungary.
Mhm.
And some things I say I'm like, do you remember before 2021? Everybody was like, be loving, be kind, and everybody's like, I hate you. And I go, did you forget about the years before 20? Like, I don't know what happened in 2020. I think it was 2020 that something happened, right?
Anti-LGBTQ laws have been being passed for the last 5 or more years in Hungary, but in 2021 they passed this so-called child protection law, which basically it's modeled on the Russian law, and it bans as LGBTQ propaganda all information about LGBTQ people and sexual orientation, identity for minors. So that means that this film, for example, has to be marketed and released as only for 18 and above. So legally, children cannot watch this film in a movie theater, even though it.
Well, in the U.S. you can, right? So yeah. So you go, oh well, and then some go, well, you don't really understand. And I go, did we like? I thought everybody was. I don't know. I'm in, and I get it. Like if we were over in Hungary, this broadcast would probably be like, "No, how dare you?" Or they'd be like, "Well,
it depends. It depends on which forum. Most media are controlled by the powers to be in Hungary, but there are some independent media, and so that it depends on which media. In the state-controlled media. Because the film is either not even picked up or mocked, and it's not, it's a no-go. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. It's a community project. That means that at least half of the participants belong to LGBTQ community or are sympathizers. This is the way in which Mari Takács, the director, usually works. She has a few documentaries under her belt, which are also community projects. They are community also in the sense that they are trying to provide narratives for the LGBTQ community, and not just the LGBTQ community. The scenes of the film that were filmed in a school, again, schools, public schools in Budapest would not allow filming on their premises because of the legal repercussions that they could have faced. And so the film was, they used a school that belongs to a socially progressive charity organization, religious charity organization, who were happy to provide their premises, their facilities. Also, the independent Roma theater participated. So some of the actors belong to the Roma community in Hungary. All this makes it a wonderfully vibrant, kind of a magical tale about the vicissitudes but ultimate success of a queer love story, middle-aged queer love story in Hungary.
Okay, and it's called The Second Golden Age: Challenges of Love. And I'm sorry, I hope no one shows this to border if I go to Hungary. Like, should I visit Hungary? Is it a place to visit? Am I going to get locked up just for having an interview? Because I'm not going to lie, I may, but I have a problem, and it's called I Love Women. But like, and do I have a problem? Like, they're going to be like, how dare you love women? I go, well, I don't mean all women, like. Maybe, I don't really know. I think women are awesome, and then even then they go, how dare you? You shouldn't like it. I go, I don't know what to do. So, Antonia, what's the answer?
I don't think you should have a problem. Hungary is not a dangerous country, but I do think that LGBTQ people, minorities, do face increased risk. So they should consult the U.S. Government information about that. Yeah.
See, I don't know what to
by
do.
all means, you should go to Hungary. I would say yes.
I just don't want to get banned in another country, because I know in parts around the world they're banning everything, and in some areas they actually lock you up. So I guess that's my question: is the law where they can lock you up if they find, like, if you showed this? Because there's another one, banned books, and sometimes you go, oh, I didn't know that. But so, and the U.S. is known for that banning. But the question is.
It is similar to this U.S. Banning books and.
But would you go to prison for like showing the film there?
No, I no. I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't.
Would
say
La
so.
Femme be put in prison for showing in Hungary?
I can't speak for the law enforcement, but no, not really. But it is very hard to find funding. The film has to piece together independent funding, no government funding, even though it would qualify for that that sort of situation.
Because I know there's countries where you see one thing, boom, they put you in prison, they find you, and there you go. No one talks about it, but it's a thing. All right, well, Antonia, thank you. We love stories like this, as long as we could do it and not get banned.
They won't put you in prison. Yes.
Yeah, please don't. I appreciate that. I'm interviewing, and I may have an opinion, but whatever. Okay, don't have an opinion. That's what some want to say and some don't want to say. But whatever, it is a thing, or it isn't. I don't really know. Antonia, thank you for spending time with us. We'll see you.
Thank you, Aaron. Bye.
We have with us, I hope I'm saying, you know what? I'm not even going to try. I want to say Razim, but maybe it's something else.
It's okay. It's been my whole life. It's Raji M.
I need that little accent. I know there's an accent there. Raji M. Okay, Raji M. Okay, Raji M. Here's the thing. How the West was won. And this is something I go, whoa. It's a story. I'm going to let you say what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So How the West Was Won is my first feature. It's a full-length documentary following 3 unconventional cowgirls across a modern vision of the American West.
Let's see the trailer right here.
with America when you were 12 years old. And by 17, you knew you had to see it all. You loved your dad and the love he had for your mother, so you had to get out and go chasing that sweet call. And then you turned to me instead and to me deep and said, well, maybe not, 'cause look at what I've got. You might not be my love, but baby, I doubt it. And you said, hey, do you want to see the West of me? 'Cause love's out there, and I can't leave it be. I said, honey, love's never meant that much to me. But I'll come with you if you're sure it's what you need. Cause all of your dumb luck is the only place I think I'd ever want to be.
There it is. And you know, it's not all guys. Guys. All right. The answer, look, I think it's great. I watched a show. There's a show about it's on Netflix, and it's about what I think you have here. And some say I didn't even know that existed, because here in California, there's not a lot. I went to Texas recently and other areas, and it's a huge thing. Were you already like did you grow up on, or you learned like in the middle? How did that happen?
So I'm originally from Ohio. I also do want to clarify real quick, that was an internal sizzle. That's actually not our trailer. I'm unsure where that clip came from, but I did want to clarify that's not our official trailer for those watching. And I grew up in Ohio, in rural Ohio. I've been riding horses myself since the age of 7. And I've had my own horse since I was 12. I sacrificed a lot in my life to be able to have horses and kind of be involved in this world. So when you talk about like the Western way of life, I myself am actually really, really involved in that space. It's a massive, massive part of my actual life.
Okay. Now I'm going to break this, because that's not the official one. Then we want the official one. Where's the official one?
The official trailer is yet unreleased.
All right. Because we were sent that one, just so you know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start over, and we're not going to play that one. Then we're going to have to figure that out. All right, Adam, and if you're watching live, I apologize. I think we're good. But if that's not the official one, that's all we have. We don't go and find it, I think.
Yeah.
So that's what we were sent.
Right. I did not send anything. So I clarified that our trailer is yet unreleased because we're looking for a press junket to release that.
Got it. So let's take that off, and we're fine with that. Let's do this. Adam, let's end the stream, and then I don't know if it's going to go on again. You know what? Let's just continue. We're going to edit that out for you. That way we will have no problems. Okay. Because I didn't know that. I don't even know how we got that. Adam, what happened?
Oh,
Adam, what happened? I was like, I don't even know how that happened.
Same.
All right. Yeah, let's start out. No, it's all right. It's better to know ahead of time. The old me would I would cut it off. So
it was uploaded by Leslie, I guess. She found it on the Film Freeway page, maybe.
That was the one submitted then.
That would make sense if it's for internal review, like for a festival to watch, but it's definitely not public. We don't have the license, the commercial license.
Because we just had a lot of anyhow. We're just trying to track down some of the trailers.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna don't end the stream because I don't know if it'll go back up, and I don't want to mess it up. But let's start the interview again, and let's just talk about it like it's awesome, like we just saw it, even though I didn't see it. But all right, and because we're doing a lot of people here. All right, and so let's go to, and then we're gonna pretend like that didn't even happen. All right, and how do you say your name again? You know, I'm probably gonna do the same thing, and then you just act like I've had that problem a long time. And all right, because I get licensing. Sometimes you go, you guys were supposed to, but we didn't know it was going to be up. And now that we know, we'll tell, because we put up a lot of trailers. But if you send it to us, we're gonna put it out there. That's the answer. And if you don't have licensing, you better get it or don't send it at all. That's the answer. Okay. All right. And that's to the people listening, because we don't know how to check that stuff. All right. So let's bring it back. Go to, and then we're good to go. All right. We're here, and it is amazing. We have so many filmmakers. We have so many people out there. How the West Was Won. I'm gonna resume now. I'm sorry, I probably got your name wrong. I apologize. How do you say it?
My name is Raji M. I go by Raj if that's easier. It's like the Taj and Taj Mahal.
Raji M. I love it. Okay, now, and how did you come across How the West? And this is talking about, it's the story of three. I'm gonna let you say it, but they're something people don't know about. Go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, so How the West Was Won is my debut feature film. It's a full-length documentary, and it follows three unconventional cowgirls across a modern vision of the American West.
Okay, and that right there. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have shows that I watch. My mother actually watches about, and she loves horses. And are there horses in this or not really?
Absolutely. Any horse girl will be happy to watch this film.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know, because you never know. I will say this: with what you have, did you know going in you're good? Like, did you get dirty? Did you get on a horse? Did you say, "Hey, show me"? Or you're like, "No, I'm about what I'm doing here," and it is what it is.
Yeah. So, I a little bit of both, to be honest. So I have been riding horses myself since I was 7. I'm actually a competitive equestrian still to this day. And I'm learning to rodeo as well. And yeah, so I am like deeply, deeply ingrained like in the Western space and in the Western way of life. I have 2 horses here in Los Angeles. So it's a massive, massive part of my life. So I knew that horses were intrinsically going to be a huge part of this story. But at the same time, the subjects in the documentary are unconventional cowgirls. So they're women that you might not necessarily think of when you first close your eyes and picture a cowgirl. For example, one of our subjects is a Latina fashion designer based in Miami, Florida, and she hunts invasive Burmese pythons in the Everglades. Very cowgirl, just not necessarily what you would first think of. And so, there's a good mix of the traditional image of a cowgirl with horses and everything you would expect, but there's a lot of unexpected bend to that identity presented in the film.
Well, okay, and I'm not gonna lie, my mother loves. What are your horses' names?
Wow, this is my favorite interview question I've ever been asked. Their names are Puzzle Piece and Khaleesi. Puzzle I've had since I was 12. She's my baby. She's like 26 years old now. And Khaleesi, that's her barn name. Her show name is Mother of Dragons. She's my current competition horse.
Wow, Puzzle is a puzzle. There's a story there, I guarantee you. I rhyme. I have a story about butterflies, but there's a rhyme about puzzle. Puzzle is puzzle, but puzzle is a puzzle. But is puzzle a puzzle? The answer is yes, a puzzle. But you'd say, no, she's not. And she is, just so you know. But is she? Right? You never know. Exactly. Yeah. All right. So that's it. That's what? I have a story. I'm an author now. Did you know? I know. La Femme made me smart. And the people at La Femme made me smart. Anyway, look, now here's the thing, and a lot of people don't know. Like my mother, I didn't know my mother loves horses. All right. It's a thing I found out in the last, not even a lot of years. Okay. Growing up, I never knew she liked horses. I thought I liked horses. Never been on a horse, but there's something about, what's the perspective that you want people to get from this film?
I think the perspective here is really that there isn't this preconceived checklist or of requirements that it takes to be a cowgirl. So, you know, whether you've had horses your entire life or physically been on them or not, you don't have to come from a certain background to be a cowgirl. You don't have to have a certain skin color or a certain amount of money or a certain skill level. Cowgirl, the film makes the claim that being a cowgirl is truly an attitude, much like being an American. It's a way of life. It's an approach to your life. It's standing up for what you believe in. And at large, the film kind of makes the extended claim that to be a cowgirl is to be a strong American woman.
And they're all different types of. And do they like the name? Like if I went out and said, "Hey, you a cowgirl," they'd be like, "What's wrong with you?" Or is there a way to say it so they go, "Yeah," because they're tough.
Yeah, so people or women that work in like the traditional Western way of life or like agriculture or in ranching, if you want to like give them a lot of respect, you would say that they're a very skilled cattle woman or a very skilled horsewoman. But the word cowgirl, especially in a modern context, is really, I don't want to say it's like a slang word, but it's really become a description of your attitude. Like saying that someone's a cowgirl means that they're down and gritty. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty. They're not afraid to stand up for what they believe in. They're fierce, free women.
I'm not going to lie. I remember a woman. She was exactly that. She had a couple, or at least she took care of horses. I can't remember. It was a while back. And I was like, ooh. And I went and I saw a country in the whole, and this was in California, up, you know, and I drove all the way. And I was like, ooh, wow, I didn't know. And then I stepped where she takes care of horses. She had her boots, and I, stupid me, didn't know, had my stupid little, like, I wasn't ready. And I'm like, oh, so a lot of people are not ready. You think you're ready and you're not ready. I didn't ride a horse. I wasn't ready for it, but you have to have boots. And I see behind you, you have a clue, and the clue is right behind you. Now to your left, you have hats,
There,
right? Or
hat.
yeah. And then you have something there that I go, ooh, I've seen that at a restaurant. My mother said, "Is that real? Is that real?" But you go, ooh. And so you have decorations that are like, but it's all over the place because actually, and people don't understand this, and I could be wrong, but I'm looking behind you. There's a lot of, not just like in the US, but other areas as well that technically are horse, right?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'll give you an example, right? People say you're not what you are. I go, yes, I am, but you don't know. Somewhere, I don't know. There's Spain, there's Mexico, there's Portugal, there's other areas where you go, ooh, and everybody loves horse. Here in the area, there's horses literally. And then I go, how expensive is it for a horse? And they ride them down the street, and you go, ooh. And sometimes they're like, but they're awesome. But the point is, it's world renowned. Now, women that, as you said, with like cattle, they do a lot, and I want to see it. What do I need to know going in the film?
To the movie,
obviously, yes.
I think to just go in with an open mind. We're going to challenge the idea of what you think of when you think of the American West, when you think of cowgirls, when you think of horsewomen, when you think of cattle women. It's really kind of a wholesome movie, I will say. It's a very kind of it's in its style, it's a very kind of poetic, ethereal type of film, and in the end it's very inclusive and uplifting. It's a very wholesome kind of message, which I think we need in this very tumultuous time that we're living in America.
Yeah. And I want on the next one, or maybe, are you done with horses, or are you going to do it? Because I think you have a film there, like, and Netflix has some horses. They're really good. My mother loves them. And then there's one, she gets out of prison and then she serves on a ranch. And I'm like, So with all your connections, you could do you do script, or do you just do like, I'm going to, like, you go and and then I'll put it together? Do you do written script?
Yeah. So I actually come from a scripted background. This documentary, I'm not a traditional like documentarian. This documentary kind of came together, and the project kind of fell into place. So I went ahead and stormed ahead and made it. But I do come from a scripted background, and I would love to continue exploring the Western space in film and TV, but on the scripted side. So that's pretty much what I'm developing now.
Yeah, because where you went, I would say have a and then just get it together, and you'll have it anyway. That's why I say go where they know you and they trust you, and if they allow you then you have something there. And some of them are really good on camera. Like, and you give them a script, you go read that, and they go, oh, and you go, oh, you got it. I want you. And it's better that they're not known, and it's better for that. I mean, I know they're known. I get that, but like not as a film, like, you know, and then all of a sudden, boom, they have do that. I think you're good to go, right? No?
Yeah.
Maybe so?
Yeah, no, I would say so.
All right. See, it's a rhyme. I get you in it. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much for your time here, La Femme. Can't wait to see it. Do you know what day it's premiering?
Yes, it'll be October 24th, which is 2 days before my birthday. So if you want to do me a birthday solid, go see my movie.
What? Okay, every friend should literally, I hope you post this, because they should support and say, you know what, you know, because they do that thing on your Facebook. I don't know if you have it, or Instagram. I don't know if they do it. It's and they say happy, and then you go, I can't get those, and then you're like, can you just see the movie? Yeah, but we're not in town. But guess what? It's streaming everywhere. So get a ticket, right?
Absolutely. Go and get yourself a ticket.
That's the answer. All right. Thank you very much for spending time with us here, La Femme. Again, 20 years. Who knew? Whew. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
You know, in the beginning, all films were short.
It's not a charity. We're not here to help you. We're not here to help your cause. We're there to make our money make money.
It probably takes a year to 2 years to really start seeing money. That title of executive producer on a feature is not the same as the title of executive producer on a television show.
Because what you're seeing on television right now is history in terms of where decisions are being made today.
Don't give yourself a bad review before you start.
I'm sorry, I'm super awesome, and this is my pitch.
What are recommendations for packaging?
Getting to the right person at the right time, and you have the right piece of the package that they want to see.
And be able to adjust, because the plan will never execute exactly as you plan it.
If you set aside money for social media, for a publicist, for marketing, things like that, and really you don't have to sit behind those dollars, and you can have more control of your own release.
You can't go wrong. But as for me, I knew that my episode was either going to be awesome or fine. That's the risk you take.
We're here with Karina. Karina, look, I'm going to say it right now. I'm glad we have this. I'm going to let you introduce it, though. And I will say, this is what I have: a story about resilience, community building, love, vision, and it's in a community. But I'm going to let you say it, because I'm going to get in trouble if I say it. But the title, tell me the title.
It's Daga. So that's how you say the name. First of all, hello. How are you?
Good.
It's 1 a.m. here, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm not as coherent as usual. But yes, the story of Daga is really a story about community and love, and how through a community-led program, women and girls are working on intergenerational growth. They're taking care not only of their families, of their community, but they're also looking at decision making at the government level. So really being able to make decisions. And these are women who are considered uneducated and resource poor. So the documentary itself is in a local language, a West African local language. So it's really about building community through an inclusive approach.
And here it is.
Min ko mbiyetemi ko Dagga Bande, jami ko tankon fara kalfinani jokkondiral mo tankon fara. Kongo mi suka debbo sa hakkil am fi ofti kono mi jangu ha mi heba diplôme ji ha mi wawa liggade. Sabu min han sa yi hammido dari do mido wawa lebde e nder yimbe mi fewra yimbe mido leba ko Allah e tossan ko formation tossan mi meeda darade e nder yimbe mi leba mi jangani école kono hande dum woni suno am woni mette am wodi mi haba mido darani mi habane ha sukaabe rewbe be sukaabe worbe be mbawa yide ko e mumen e nder commune Dorna ha e département Madina Yero Fula.
Aha. This is one of my favorite trailers, by the way. I want to say thank you. I literally said, can you please put this? Because this is one of those that you go, when you look at it, you go, it looks amazing. And then you have to really read and I'm not going to lie. I've seen that probably 3 or 4, maybe 5, 6 times. And I said, whoa, whoa, whoa, every single time I see it. So A, awesome on production. B, I'm not going to lie. I want to see more. How long is it?
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah, and in that one, I got something more, and I said, "Aha!" What she was talking about. She was talking about an organization that helped her speak, and talked about. I don't know if it's about that or if it's just about because I go, oh, I want it, but I don't know if I'm. What country are you like? Is it 1 o'clock in right now, Karina?
It's in Senegal, West Africa.
No, what are you in? Where are you at?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I'm there. Okay, got it. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I need a feature. Because some people, they see it, but they don't understand it. And you go, aha, but you understand it. And I'm about that. So let's make a feature, okay? Or are you already working on it and I didn't know?
No, we're not working on a feature, but what we're trying to do for the rest of the year is to use more of the material, because it was supposed to be a 10-minute film that we were going to share with partners and also with those who help fund some of the programs in the community. And what you were saying about wanting more, it's really why the programs were started in the first place. It's about partnership with women, with girls, with religious leaders, with members of very, very rural communities that tend to be seen as less than. And then you find out that through dialogue, through talking about social change, to exchanging on human rights, these communities are able to build even more towards their vision of development. So whether it's about health and education, they're able to plan better, they're able to find resources better, and they're able to just build their community well-being. So we're hoping that through our social media, and it's Tostan, TOSTAN .org, through Tostan's social media, you'll be able to see more. But if you want to see the whole 10-minute feature, not only is it going to be featured at this festival, but we also have it, so don't hesitate.
Okay, and this is why I love La Femme. I really do. I say it every year. I go, there are some that A, you would never know, B, you will know, and C, you'll want to talk about, and let's talk about what you're doing there, again, at Tostan. And there, now, if Tostan were not there, what would happen with that woman?
That's a very good question. What Tostan does is build on the existing and on the strength of the community, as well as its vision for development. So if Tostan wasn't there, the resilience we find in the community would still be there. The speed, I think, at which they would achieve some of the objectives that they have, whether it's having more children registered so they can go to school, or having more knowledge about health and mental health, things like that, they might take more time. But not only is Tostan a partner, but the whole ecosystem works so that rural communities are better served. So I think maybe the speed of achieving some of these goals for the community as a whole would be slower, and perhaps the dialogue around how the community gets better and stronger would not be as inclusive. That would be my guess.
That makes sense, and I get the little ones in. It's so cute, by the way. I know they're probably older right now. When did you shoot this?
Last year.
Okay, so this is still young. I think you have a story there. Make a actor and actress of some of them, because I think they have stories, and I'm just saying. But we see it. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't traveled. I've gone to Mexico, but Mexico's having problems. But I haven't been to that part of. Now, if I wanted to go, A, would they let me in? And B, what would I like? I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching Border, and I think about things completely different. And they say, "Do you have enough money to come?" And some go, "I only have 100." And they go, "Then we do not allow you." And I go, "Wow." But they have a credit card. They're good to go. So do I need a credit card to visit?
The short answer is no. I think what you would need is an open mind about what community means in certain places that are considered very conservative, very isolated, and to see how people are truly learning how to fish as opposed to just getting fish given to them, are learning how to fish in a way that is going to feed their soul, their faith, their children, and is also trying to heal intergenerational trauma. Because in the area where it was tourné is French, where it was filmed, we're in Francophone West Africa. So some of the issues that come across are also legacy from colonialism. So working with the community, and you would be invited to go into the community without any issues about whether you had $100 or a credit card. You would see how we're reclaiming culture, we're reclaiming family, we're reclaiming the environment as an effort to look at what is happening in the world. So climate change is happening, there's insecurity, there is disparity in income and revenue. So you would see how at the community level, they are building and dreaming in a very considerate way.
So I need a credit card. Got it. Because I'm going to go, oh my God, I want to give you money and you money and you money and you money and you money, because they're so loving. You could see that. I mean, it's just like, so anyway, it's right there. I think a title, it needs another title. I think I could be wrong, but I think it needs another title. And, and I think it needs something that I just know you have it, but do a story there while you're there. Are you going to be like, how long are you going to be there? And maybe you're the hookup. No? We have a hookup there? No, we don't. Don't even lie. They're so about that. Okay, so don't lie. But
there is the filmmaker is in Senegal. I work and live in Senegal as well. I'm actually the chief partnerships officer at Tostan. So yes, if you wanted to come and if you have any other suggestions about what we can do with this amazing content, please feel free to let me know. I think my email is somewhere in the zeitgeist, but yes, we're here, and this is not us working with a community because we just feel as if we know and want to do better. It's ours. I am African American and from a lot of different countries in West Africa. So most of us at Tostan see this work as not only service but duty. So yes.
Oh, I want to end on that. That's okay. I know we got more, but okay. Duty. No one talks about it. Duty. They go, I want to get paid for it. You go, you don't understand, man. It's about the people. I'm going to show it one more time so people get it. Okay, here it is. This is what they do. And I can tell you, without you, it would, like she said it right at the end, because of organization. So keep going and watch. Here it is.
min ko mbiyetemi ko dagga bande jami ko tankon fara kalfinade jokkodiral mo tankon fara ko ngomi suka debbo sa hakkilan ko oppi kono mi jangu ha mi heɓa diplôme ji ha mi wawa liggade sabu min han sa yi hammiɗo dari ɗo miɗo wawa lebde e nder yimɓe mi fewra yimɓe miɗo leɓa ko Allah e tossan ko formation tossan mi meeɗa darade e nder yimɓe mi leɓa mi jangani école kono hande ɗum woni suno am woni mette am woni mi haɓa miɗo darani mi haɓane ha sukaɓe rewɓe ɓe sukaɓe worɓe ɓe ɓe mbawa yidde koye mumen e nder commune Dorna ha e département Madina Yero Fula.
Do you get it? Would you live there? I don't think so. I don't know how you guys do. I'm not going to lie, but because they're sitting out there on, and you go here, you have a big stadium. They go, oh, I'm about air conditioning. There's no air conditioning there. How hot does it get?
102, 105 about, but I think what you're seeing is just contextually relevant community. So for them, it's not about the stadium, but it's really about how do we build community when things are going wrong a lot of the times, and how do we make sure that we keep our values while we progress. So
Yeah, and I love how she said, if it weren't for, and then she's pushing for boys and girls and everyone to get the education that, and I think you guys do that, and you gave the confidence, and that's huge. Some say it's not that huge. I go, it's huge. All right. So there you go. Anyway, thank you so much. Again, it's all a femme. All right. Make it a great. Thank you, Karina.
much.
We're here with Joanne, and Joanne, okay, here it is. Okay, meet me at the altar. We have a couple, but not. And I understand this is a romantic comedy about an Italian American girl forced into a arranged marriage. I have questions on that. And I understand, again, this is a script. And how many scripts have you done, Joanne?
This is the first one, and I have to give you the backstory. It's not my script alone. It was written by my cousin / best friend, Andrea Lynn, who passed away from breast cancer 10 years ago. And I have been holding on to her script for that long, always waiting for the right moment to move it forward and have her dream come true of making it into a film.
Wow. First of all, I'm not gonna lie, I have, but I think I gave it back, and I should have gotten a copy of it, because now one that I was supposed to do something with, we worked on a video together, but she died recently. Shauna Baca, I love you. I didn't post one of those tributes because I go, it just doesn't make sense. You know, you want, and I don't know about the family, but good job, because if and she. Because you never see it coming, and sometimes it just happens. You go, oh, and you wanted it to happen while they were alive, but you know, Ascended Masters, big plug.
We worked on it. You know, we talked about it, worked on it before she got sick, and her dream was to make it into a feature movie. I used to work in television, so I used to tell her that I would try to, you know, make connections for her, and you know, and her dream was to have it made into a major motion picture. And after she passed, I kind of just sat on it for a while life got in the way. And I finally said, this is it. I'm going to move it forward. I'm going to try to get it out there for someone to make a movie out of it.
Well, and that sometimes, you know, and you go, no, you don't get it. We tried during, but it just got so busy. And then 2020 happened. And when did she recently, you know, like, because that's difficult. In fact, shout out to Shauna Baca. She had a script with another. It's almost like similar. It's almost like meant to be. She had a script with another, and that person died all of a sudden. And she's like, I don't know what to do with the script. And I said, well, and then I just didn't have the information I have. I'm hoping La Femme, but anyway, you have information on that. And because sometimes the family comes in, they go, well, you go, no, I had permission all along.
Her family, I mean, it was ours together, and her family's fully supportive of anything I can help do with it. So, I'm trying.
And that's good. And so I appreciate
it too. It's a really cute story.
Yeah. And
you know, I watch movies all the time, and I'm like, this script is better than that movie. So
yeah, right. And you're like, it was there the whole time. I'm sorry, I was busy. And so that's good. Meet Me at the Altar. It's a romantic comedy about an Italian American girl forced into an arranged marriage. And so good job. Keep it going. Keep it and I can't wait to see more.
Thank you. I'm hoping that we're successful in getting someone interested in it. It's cute. It reminds me of, I don't know if you ever saw the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I'm not going to lie. I have theories on how to lose them in like a day. I've seen some, what? It's happened.
Yeah, it's similar. Like they don't want to marry each other. They do it out of respect for their traditional parents. And they try to make each other hate each other, and they end up falling in love. So it's a very cute story.
Okay, and we can't wait. What? You could submit your script. Submit your script. They go, I have a script like that. I go, submit it. You never know. It might get. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, thank you so very much for staying time with us, Joanne.
Thank you.
Keep going. Are you gonna do another script? Are you working on another script? Are you gonna?
Not yet. I'm gonna. I'll see how this one goes.
Okay, well, I would say keep going because you never know. You can probably share with somebody. You go, I'm dead, and we have a lot of stories about like it happens. What it does. Don't say. All right, there's a lot of movies about it. Thank you again for spending time, and again, Love Fam. Can't wait.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, more after this. We have with us Paula and we have Isabella. Okay, I'm going to say this right here. I don't know. I might be in trouble for this. Mind Games. I haven't seen what it's about. I haven't seen it. I want to see it because the description is a date gone awry. 2 people meet at a hotel. You know what? Let's see it. Can we see it? Let's just see it. Can we see it? I don't want to be in trouble. Can we see it?
Sure.
I got permission. Here it is.
Is Holstern really your name? What is your actual job?
I'm glad that you put that there, Paula, because they go, we get it now. All right, Paula, Isabella, Mind Games, boys, they're a mind game. So what's it about?
Well, it's pretty simple. It's just 2 people meet each other for the first time at a hotel. They've never met in person, but they've been communicating through letters. And they find out that neither of them have been exactly honest about who they are and what they actually do. And there's this sort of moment of are we going to keep acting like we're not these people, or are we actually going to be honest? And so that's sort of the tension that plays on in this movie.
Everybody likes tension. Paula, you look like you know something. Go ahead, Paula. What do you want to say?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's a movie. It's kind of open-ended where people kind of bring in their own thoughts and their desires about it, but it's about desire, and it's about people pretending to be what they're not. So it's a lot of it is about the man is pretending to be something he's not, the woman is pretending to be what they're not, and everybody slowly like surrenders this information, and they're kind of on to each other. It's kind of a little bit of like a chase, you know, like, are you going to really tell who you are? Are you going to reveal yourself? So it's about, you know, vulnerability, I think, which is a subject I'm really interested in.
Yeah. So why called Mind Games? What's the, because, right? Ooh, and I love the way you shot it. I don't know where you shot it, but I go, ooh, I'm about that. I see it as this, well, not that one, but there's certain scenes I go, ooh, I want like a sigh out of that, or a dystopian era thing or something like that. Like it takes place in a, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead. I'm doing script. I should just shut up. Go ahead. Either one of you.
Isabella?
Sorry. The question was why call it Mind Games? I think it is sort of because it is all about the mind. It is about sort of the it's the tricks that we play with each other and in our own head, and sort of what our insecurities and how we sort of this low level anxiety that we all have about each other and about ourselves, and how that can sort of summon all sorts of like I guess projections in front of each other. We project and we assume what the other person is, and so we end up playing these weird sort of games with each other when we don't even realize it. And so that's why it's sort of about that game.
I wanted to. It's also about desire, and the desire we have now to be bigger than what we are. Like, everybody's trying to create some kind of persona that there's something better. They can't be themselves. So that's the mind game that people are playing. They're trying to entrap each other. So, that's the game of it all.
Well, I like how she asked at the end, and a lot of people don't ask, I'm telling you. But it's called, how do you make money, right? I used to be asked that by someone. He's a good, there's a lot that we did, and it was awesome. And he was like, how do you make money? And he would ask this of everyone. I go, that's a little personal, isn't it? He goes, you don't get how people, like, they say they do. And then, but is the person in it when she asks that, is he in a way making the money that she thinks? Or is she like, you're poor? How dare you? Or, because sometimes that happens. So the game is gone,
Yeah. I think he's like playing with her and saying like, well, I used to be in this business, and there's that whole thing about business, but he's rented this huge, suite, and put on this whole thing to impress her, but she's lied about everything too, and so both of them kind of find that they didn't get what they wanted, but maybe they got what they needed, it's very interesting.
Okay, how did you find? I'm sorry. How did you find each other?
Well, I don't know if finding is the right word. We are family members.
Even better. But I have family members, and we don't even work like this together on a film. Seriously, I have thoughts. I do. What? I have a camera. It's right there. No, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that's good. So, what's next?
Well, we got a lot of projects for sure.
We got a lot of projects.
Yeah.
We have a lot of. I'm finishing up a dance documentary that takes place in Selma, Alabama, but it's like a Brazilian troupe that goes there. And I have a lot of feature projects. I have a project called Lush Life that's about the Black bourgeoisie in Los Angeles. And Isabella, you talk about your projects.
I was a screenwriter on this, but my main stuff is creative writing. So I work on, I'm working on a novel about vampires I'm sorry, I blanked out. I'm writing a novel about vampires in the South. I'm also writing a bunch of short stories about Hollywood and DE&I and that sort of stuff. So I have a bunch of other various projects. I'm also working on a few scripts, also involving Hollywood, and collaborating with Paula on a few of her projects.
All right. Well, we can't wait. And you know where it's La Femme. It's where it's at. Well, again, thank you. Mind Games. Go check it. How long is it, by the way?
10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes. Yeah. It could be like a longer series of events with different people meeting in different places, lying to each other.
Yeah.
Pitching a longer series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind Games, evidently, it's all right. So keep it going, keep doing what you're doing, and I can't wait to see more. Thank you so very much, and we'll see you at La Femme.
Thank you so much.
Okay, more after this. We have with us Jane and Maram. You guys are, first of all, awesome. Thank you. We appreciate you. We know that you guys are doing some great things over there. And you have something here. It's called Witchy Ways. And we have a trailer. Let's go to it.
What is going on? My sister. It's complicated. Hey, I made it. I don't think the place has actually changed at all in the last 40 years since you were here. Hello? And wow, the moon. I wish you were here to see it. I love you, Mama.
Was she cute?
She's actually a little creepy. I accidentally looked in the window of her place last night.
She's creepy?
I don't know, there's something about her that's just weird. I can't quite put my finger on it, but she makes me nervous. Oh! I was hoping I had a little bit more time to get to know you before. Just please, tell me. We are a family of witches. Okay. Okay, so you're not kidding. I should end it before it
Evie,
starts.
you haven't taken a chance on anything in years. Your mom wanted you to go there. She believed it could change your life. To snap out of it. So this Danny is a little different. Different is good. Let her in and see what's there to see.
You need money after what you did to my sister? How does that help?
My sister, she had some mean girls in school. She decided she's gonna put a spell on these girls. I think she thought you'd be like the craft, like the hair would fall out or something. She was wrong.
Are you okay?
Why didn't you tell me? Remember when I told you I was a witch? Guess what? There's more. There's a ghost in the house. Friendly, don't worry about it. You would have thought me crazier than you already do.
She is crazy.
You said different was good.
Yeah, different, not Looney Tunes.
I am gonna take possession of this house, and I am gonna burn it down.
Spirits of the air, fire, earth, and water, I call on you. My life as I know it is at risk. Someone wants to do harm for harm that has been done.
Bobby, come on!
Maybe I have a little magic of my own.
Wow. Okay, I have so many. You don't ever say I'm going to possess that house because you may one day. You never know. Right, Jane? I mean,
That's
am I
right.
wrong? Am I right?
You think you're right.
Yeah, you never know.
Hi, Miriam. Did you get a
Hi,
kick?
everybody. I finally have sound. I can hear you guys.
Okay.
All right, so tell us again, and we see it. We go, wait. But the description, I'm not going to lie. It says Eve goes in search of her mother's past, only to discover her future with Danny, who's, she is what she is. What my mother's what she doesn't believe in this. So I go. She's kind of like that one going, "You're a what?" So just quiet about that. But let's let it out. It's a witch with the secret of ghostly proportions. I'll say, my God, don't ever get possessed by those people. They will put everything on you. So go ahead, Jane, Miriam, whatever you want to say.
Whatever we want to say. What do we want to say, Miriam?
I didn't hear the question. I wasn't quite sure of the question.
I don't know. I don't know what the question was either. But I will say that this is a really fun, sexy, flirty, magical film. And it's the kind of film that you go to walk out of and you feel good at the end of it. And you take the journey. And it's a rom-com. So it's not like you don't know how it's going to end. I'm going to just say that out loud. But the journey is what it makes it special. And I think everybody should come see it because who doesn't need a feel-good movie right now?
Yeah.
She said.
Yeah. Why did the guy get so upset? Let's talk about that.
Oh, why Robbie is so upset?
Yeah.
Yeah, he his little sister. So Danny's little sister created a spell because she was being bullied by these girls in school. And when she created the spell, she mixed the wrong ingredients together and it created a toxic fume, and the toxic fume killed her. But the other little girl that came over to apologize. She inhaled the fumes too and had a lot of damage and then eventually committed suicide. Robbie's her brother and blames the house, the family, Danny, the witch on the death of his sister. And he's bound and determined to take the house and destroy everything that Danny holds dear.
Miriam, what do you got to say?
You know, I think you should just come and watch it. It makes you laugh, makes you cry. Has a lot of lovely deeper levels and layers to go to. But yeah, I think it's a feel-good movie with a lot of little layers that are fun.
I like layers. I like layers. Are these the ones? How do I say? Do you want to be around these women? Because it sounded like it went a little weird, like, or it went a little wrong. I mean, who commits suicide right there and then, like, you know, and like inhaling? But I go, you know, you never know, because they could go, and people don't understand, but I kind of get it. Which is kind of like they put and they get mad, and so do not cross. I would not be that guy. I'd be like, you know what? It happened. What are you going to do? Right? You'll see him one day or not.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to cross a witch, but unfortunately, this was a little girl that made a mistake, and it's you know, that the best part about it is that Miriam is right. It's a really beautiful love story at the core of it. It also, the witchery and the magicness of it allows you to sort of understand the journey of both women. They're both in search of a way to release the things that aren't working for them anymore, to move past grief, to move past fear, and embrace something new for each of them as an individual. And in the process, that brings them together as a partnership. And it's really, it's a seriously deep, funny, cute, sexy movie.
And there is, if I can add, and there is this aspect that, you know, we think witches, whatever. There's this one line that I say in the movie. There's many of us. You would never know, and it's true. There's a lot of women and men that look to nature for solutions, that look to nature to go and find deeper, again, I'm coming with layers of themselves, to find stillness, meditation, all that stuff. So it has an interesting entry point, I think, if somebody were interested in that or resonates with that.
And a spirituality, really. I mean, there's a very large witch community, and Miriam's right. They're just, you wouldn't even know unless you started talking about it and talked about it in a way that was supportive, that your neighbor might be a witch, or your cousin, or the roommate that you no longer live with. It just, it's out there, and it's a form of spirituality. And so there's a spiritual aspect to the film, just sort of a finding a way to live in your own power, embrace the earth and the beauty of nature and the positiveness of our universe. And so there's a lot of that going on too. I mean, we don't want to get too deep because some people might not understand or care about that aspect of it, but that's also in there. That's part of the layers. When you say, Miriam?
Yeah, for sure. But it doesn't matter if you're not into that. You're still gonna just enjoy the magical aspect of it, right? So,
and besides, who doesn't love witches? Come on.
Clearly.
I mean, Discovery of Witches. Like, there's so many great shows on right now, and the movies that have been out with witches. Everybody loves a witch.
Yeah, I mean, October's coming up, right? So it's a thing.
And we're not far from Halloween. I mean, October 24th is when we're screening. And so you can get a little bit of your witch on. You can get a little bit of your Halloween on a little bit early if you come to the show.
Well, there it is. I want to say thank you for bringing it to La Femme. Just no hexes, all right? Can we steer clear of that? I know one wouldn't say they're a witch, but they would say protect, because you never know what's coming out, right?
Well, you see, you know more than we do. Look at that. How interesting is that? I'm just dusting off my broom. You know, it's gonna be ready.
They don't. You know what? It's not the. Okay, so I'm thinking it's not. It's actually your house. Your house is the one. What? Ask Dorothy. That's all I'm going to say. Ask Dorothy. She knows. All right. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you for spending time with us. La Femme is where it's at. Get your tickets. Again, it's a lot. Like, you're gonna want it. Witchy ways.
Witchy ways.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
You know, in the beginning, all films were short.
It's not a charity. We're not here to help you. We're not here to help your cause. We're there to make our money make money.
It probably takes a year to 2 years to really start seeing money. That title of executive producer on a feature is not the same as the title of executive producer on a television show.
Because what you're seeing on television right now is history in terms of where decisions are being made today.
Don't give yourself a bad review before you start.
I'm sorry, I'm super awesome, and this is my pitch.
What are recommendations for packaging,
getting to the right person at the right time, and you have the right piece of the package that they want to see.
And be able to adjust, because the plan will never execute exactly as you plan it.
If you set aside money for social media, for a publicist, for marketing, things like that, and really you don't have to sit behind those dollars, and you can have more control of your own release.
You can't go wrong. Like, but as for me, I knew that my episode was either going to be awesome or fine. Like, that's the risk you take.
We have with us Mel, and Mel, you have okay. It's called something, and I say whoa, whoa, whoa, because it's a music video for True August. It's called "Felt It in Stereo." It's you could talk more about it, but I think we need to see it before, because then people will get what it's about, right? Or no? Or what do you think?
Sure, whatever
All right,
you want to do.
Awesome. Here it is. Okay, now that you go, wait, where's the rest? Again, you got to come. And I know you're thinking, because it's not that long, right? How long is it?
Yeah, it's 4 minutes total, so there's 3.5 more minutes to get into there.
Okay, yeah, and look, I'm about that, because at the end of the day, you go, do you know how much that took? Is there a program that you recommend people? Because that's very difficult to because you did some things there. I want to show it again, and I know they're gonna, yeah, it's that music. It's gonna say you cannot watch it, but just have it ready to go. That's all I'm gonna say. But Mel, you putting this together. How many did it take to put it together, by the way?
How many people? Or it was just me doing the animation. It was a team of 2, myself and True August, the musician, and so it took 2 years total to finish it. We started in June of 2021 and finished it in June of 2023.
Okay, all right. So, and then it's La Femme 2024. 20 years, guys. 20 years. I can't believe it. And I want Les to be on here going, how, and Les would ask this as okay, when you were asked for this to do the video, did they know you're going to do it this way? Did they? And what happened when you showed it? Because sometimes when you show it, you go, there it is. You go, see, did I hit it or did I not? Or sometimes they say, can you change that? You go, do you see how much time? So because that's a lot of time. Mel?
It is. It was a really great process. We started just kind of throwing around some ideas. I had kind of visualized, just based on listening to the song over and over again, the scenario of this giant space eye that was traveling around, kind of bringing music to different planets and kind of changing people's perspective, because the song itself was very much influenced by, feelings during the pandemic. And I wanted to bring that to the visuals as well.
Yeah, and the visuals, again, you have to see it and you go, oh, I get it. And it reminds me, I don't really know, but okay, so what's next? What's next?
Next, what am I going to work on next, you mean?
What are you working on next?
Oh, I have been working on, I'm a recent graduate of the Aardman alumni, or Aardman Academy, rather. And so I took some stop motion classes from them, and I have another stop motion short that I've been showing around at some film festivals. And I have another stop motion short that I'm still finishing. And after that, I might get back to doing some 2D animation and also more stop motion animation.
Okay. And I love you have it here. I don't know if you want it out, but for being self-taught, that's a very difficult thing that you did. When did you teach yourself how to animate and how to make something like visuals like that? Because that's very hard.
Yeah, it was something I'd always wanted to do, but I started making one animated movie trailer every week during 2021 because I'm in a virtual movie club. So it just was a fun thing to do and a way to teach myself how to do animation. So that's kind of how I started doing it. And then, you know, as I was doing that, I started being interested in trying different animation techniques. So that's why in the music video, it's some of it's 2D animated, and some of it is rotoscoped with the musician playing instruments and stuff. And I rotoscoped over live action video of him, and then removed the live action video, so it's just the animated version of him playing the song.
Okay, well, it is, you know, some people say, why don't I go to a film festival for only like a little? I go, well, there's more, support the more. Or, you know, you can actually get it anywhere and everywhere, all during. And because sometimes people are like, I'm alone, I don't have anyone. I go, dude, just get with everyone that's going to watch it right there. And it's all you have to go is lafemme.org. You can get the tickets, watch with everyone. And that's, you know, from anywhere. We're not only US, we're Mexico, everywhere around the world, unless they block internet, and some places they do, but you know, what are you going to do? So Mel, thank you very much. What do you want to see next? Like, you know, do you want something, or are you going to like, because sometimes when you do like this and you go, what do I want to do next? You go, well, I want to do, but like, if you had support and you had a whole team, what would you do?
Oh gosh, I have so many ideas. I'm hoping someday I'm lucky enough to like have a whole team of people working with me on something. I have started working with other people, actors and, you know, very talented actors and music composers, and, you know, I just feel so lucky for all of the different talented people that I have in my life, and I'm really looking forward to, you know, just whatever comes next. I'm really excited to just keep creating more.
Okay, well, I'm excited and I cannot wait. Are you going to be there at LA Live at Regal?
I am. I'm really excited. My music video is showing at 2 on Friday, October 25th, in Theater 13 before a movie called Almost Perfect, which I'm really excited to see. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and get to as much of the film festival as I can.
Okay, well, I say awesome. I cannot wait. There you go.
Thank
And I think you're
you.
going to be awesome. Keep it going, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for La Femme. All right, more right after this.
Thank you.
That's right. If you're just joining us, I'll tell you right now, it's something that you need to see. You need to see every one of these, support, and then you know what? Because some people, they come to us with a filmmaker. They come to us with maybe an idea. Maybe they know someone who knows someone. And they go, because I'm not going to lie, I come from a world where I never used to see. I used to hear about independent film. I used to like from afar go, wonder, and that's it. All right. And then I got into doing what I'm doing. ABC, and even before that, technically at another, which can I say it? I was at NBC as well, but seems like a long time ago, and it was. But I got brought in. Can I say it? Am I allowed? Not allowed? We're out of time. It's my story. No one wants. Anyway, I got brought in. And it was a nonprofit, and they said, do sales for us. And then from there, I really wanted to get into voiceovers. I really want to do voiceovers. No one gets it. They don't ask me for, okay, I got to ask once. But where's that at? I really wanted a demo reel. I didn't know you can just get a mic. That's where technology is at now. So that's the point. If you ever want to get in, just honestly get it, put it together. People go, no, you got to go to class for that. Yeah, that makes sense. So I just was I heard our family was in the industry. Cantinflas, look him up, pretty awesome. Other people do voiceover work, but they do dub from English to Spanish. So I'm like, ooh, can I meet them? And then it was like, no, work for us. And I'm like, all right. So I did a little work and I said, it's not paying the bills. What do I do? And then all of a sudden, ooh, wow, now you're on radio, which honestly, somebody said when I was doing sales, they go, you have a voice for radio. I go, no, I don't. And then I said, wait, does that mean I have a face for radio? Because that means you're ugly. Anyone that tells you you're ready for radio means you're ugly. Okay. So I guess I'm ready for radio. But the answer is this, and it's very simple. Get tickets and support. Now, when I was young, I didn't support. I was like, whatever. No, I was nice about it. But the point is, now that I know people that do the film, I go, ooh, I'm about that. Then I have a film, I have a script, I have like people I'm talking to, and I go, ooh, can we make? And you know what's out there? Support. Because I'm learning from these people, they have support. Because I'm not going to lie, I've asked some people, they go, no. I go, how many no's? Oh, all right. And then I say ABC, but people forget ABC people. I have a show called Hollywood Live Today. That's what it is. It used to be Hollywood Social Lounge. And before that, it was Live with Aaron and Kelly. And, then I got busy with Morning Show, and that was my thing. So anyway, I'm back. All right. So there you go. That's the answer. So get a ticket. Get it, and just that's it. All right. La Femme has been with me all the way through. Every single one of those. I have not asked for a favor at all. Okay, it is one, but it's just called, can I get paid? Because I'm not getting paid, people. I need help. So that's the answer. But if you have pay, I know you do, go get a ticket. LaFemme.org is where it's at. It's very simple. You get it, you got it. Because there's a lot of people that I met along the way that have inspired me. They go, how do you write a script so fast? I'll tell you, I'm inspired by people. And that's the answer. Then I meet them and I go, wow, I never knew like you were that awesome. And that's the answer. So go get everything and then you're going to love it. And that's the answer. So I have a book too, by the way, Butterfly. Okay. It's really good. And then another one, but that's a whole other show about stuff that you want. I guarantee it, or not. I really don't know. Anyway, we are right? No, maybe so. Okay. Get tickets, support La Femme. Okay. It's right there. Just, go to lafemme.org, get tickets, and you can watch it from anywhere. And don't have that whole thing. I'm not in LA. No, a lot of people are not in LA, but they're going to watch anywhere and everywhere. Okay. So support, man, because they're like, where's the support? And and then years later you hear they're dead, like my friend Shauna Baca, I love you, but I didn't know you were going to die. I literally was saying to her at the last event, met her at a red carpet. Maybe you'll see some pictures. Maybe you won't. Go follow me, Aaron M. Sanchez. There's a plug right there. It's somewhere right there. Right. How do you do that? There. Or no, let's see. Let's go. Yeah. See, that's the way the world treats me. They go, don't promote yourself, promote us, not you. LaFemme.org. There it is. Tickets. It's the answer. Just do it. You're going to have fun. I guarantee it. There are so many filmmakers. And when you meet them in person, you go, I literally last year, am I out of time? I'm out of time. Awesome. Okay. We'll be back right after this. We have with us Josephine and Rachel. Look, I'm not going to lie. I showed this to some people and they said, we want to see it. And I was like, wabi sabi. Okay. I don't know how you put this together, but the ones that saw it said, we want it. We want it. We want it. Or they said, we want it and we need it. So can I just play it? Because it really speaks already. It's really like, what? I think Uma would want to be in this. No? Kill Bill. It's just awesome. Okay, Josephine, Rachel, do you want to introduce it or should I just play it?
You're gonna play the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let the trailer speak for itself, and then we'll chime in.
Here it is.
The 3 red flags to know if a white guy has an Asian fetish are: he takes you to his regular Japanese spot where everyone knows his name.
Konnichiwa, Peter-san.
Konnichiwa, Keiko-san.
He teaches you about your own culture. He loves speaking Japanese wherever just to show off how worldly he is.
Wa means harmony. K, respect. Sei, purity.
And the third and final red flag: he owns a katana.
No one owns a katana. You have a katana?
Of course.
Wabi-sabi. Okay, I'm sorry. Wabi-sabi. I don't know why I did waba, error and error. Rachel, Josephine, I love it already. The ones that I showed it to, they said, yep, we're about that, because they know there are people like that. So what should we know about it?
I mean, wabi-sabi is a Japanese philosophy about imperfection and self-acceptance and the beauty of that, a beauty of not everything going right. So where do we judge ourselves the most harshly, and where do we have the potential to meet the most weirdos? Or on first dates, right? So that's what the world of wabi-sabi is. It's about a young woman who goes on a first date with a guy who invites her to a Japanese tea ceremony, and her best friend, you know, being like the voice of reason, is like, a traditional Japanese tea ceremony is a lot for a first date. So she's just be wary of what this date may entail. And she's like, does he own a katana? You know, just look out for that, because you are half Japanese, and there may be people who like have an Asian fetish towards Japanese culture, or they just might appreciate it. So once that friend gets in her head a little bit, you know, you're just here to see all the stakes of what a first date could be. Could it go well, or could it be a disaster?
I love it. Now I get why the ones that are like, we want it. They want to show it to people to say, you see that? I could see it a mile away. Well, go ahead, Rachel. What do you think? You like, you know?
Well, yeah, I can talk about the origins of the film. So I'm half Japanese, half white. And up until July of this year, I had never been to Japan. And I found myself learning a lot about Japanese culture from my white guy friends. And so I thought that was a funny concept of, you know, going on a date with a white guy who knows more about Japanese culture than I do. And I was watching a show called Dollface on Hulu, and Josephine she was one of the writers on the show. And I watched her episode and I loved it. And I felt like tone and genre wise, it was similar to what I had in mind. And so Josephine loved the idea. Josephine is half Taiwanese. I can let her talk more about that. But we developed the story further, and then Josephine wrote and directed the short, and we had a really fun time making it. And it kind of like, it does expose, you know, white guys with Asian fetishes or white guys who are really into Asian culture, but it's also, I think, a little bit more nuanced and shows how, you know, it's a beautiful thing that Japanese culture can touch so many people, not just Japanese people.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to get in trouble for this, aren't I? Because I know guys like that. They want to tell you how it is rather than just say, how is it? And they want to say, you're that, then you're that. It's obvious. And I love the katana thing, because you're like, who? Do you guys do katana? Josephine, Rachel? Whose katana was that, by the way? That wasn't his, was it?
Well, that was actually our friend who was a producer and editor, Jeff Mizushima. There were 2 katanas. So there was like an actual katana and a wakizashi, which is the shorter katana, which I learned because in doing this, Rachel and I did a lot of research. But yeah, that was our friend Jeff's katana. And then we also had
heirloom.
What? It was there was a
heirloom.
heirloom. But then our production designer and our incredible art team also made a dupe that was like a safety one. So that was actually the safety one. I still have it. I have it on my bookshelf. Actually, I could now I am the one with the katana, ready to bust out my katana moves.
Yeah, in Texas you can carry one. Did you know that? Openly.
Oh, now I know I can pack my katana and go to Texas.
You can. I know you didn't know that. And somebody said, "Do you see this?" And they sent me the article, and I said, because they fight for a living, and they actually katana that, like, literally. So I saw that and I said, wait, does he really? Or because the way he did it, I'm like, he needs to get near a fight to katana that. Because I'm not gonna lie, Rachel, the way you said it was like, you have a katana. Like, I think you could do a katana, but I could be wrong.
I wish.
Yeah.
I would love to learn that skill. It's a very difficult skill to learn. So yeah, maybe someday.
Yeah.
There's a katana in you. I can guarantee. Let it out. Go ahead, Josephine.
Oh no, we work with a stunt coordinator who stunt coordinator and stuntmen who worked with the katana, and actually worked with our actor Josh Caras, who played Peter. Like just 2 days, he just had 2 days with a katana to learn that sequence. And our stunt coordinator and stunt actor who also played the Dragon Ball Z character. Oh my God, no, they're okay. I don't want to spoil things. There's a Dragon Ball Z reference, and Himson Chan, our stunt coordinator, played that. But it's worth
They already want to see it. They were on about Dragon Ball, and I'm like, what? And they said Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, and I'm like, so you just let it out, and now there's a bunch of Dragon Ball people going, you know, Dragon Ball? Then I want a Dragon Ball. So that's the answer. Anyway, look, I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. I almost want to show it again. It's almost a do. Can we just look? It is a thing that you go. These are I don't know what they call them anymore. It used to be called a red flag. We're going to show it right here. It's an alert. You need to be, because they will tell you. And then, have any one of you been on like a possible situation like this personally, or you know someone who is personally, and you go, I should stay away from that person. There's something wrong.
I mean, not this bad, but certainly.
He goes, almost that bad.
Yeah, hopefully not. But yeah, certainly. Well, at least like this is something that you always discuss with friends after dates. You're just like, okay, red flag.
How did you not see it? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's much harder to. It's less clear, and I feel like in Wabi Sabi, it's like pretty clear. These are some red flags.
Josephine?
Yeah, a long time. I've been married a while now, so I feel like writing is always time travel. So you go back and you think about these things, and like you connect to other people, how their experiences are. And, you know, I think like people, men, women, people of color, like think different things. You're worried about being fetishized. So this is like, you know, pushed a little to the extreme. You know, I've been told like, you know, in a weird way, like your skin is so soft, you know, and that's, that can be a little Hannibal Lecter-y, you know. So you just push, you just like look for these little hints, but then it also can make you paranoid and prejudge people. So, you know, it's just it's a mix.
Judge, yeah. I have friends who have told me stories, and now that I know you guys exist and you can put this out there, it's a warning. If he meets these, then, and that's the answer. I'm glad you're married now and you're off, but seriously, it's gotten weird out there. But
yeah. It is fun. It is kind of fun when we screen this for people and then they share their personal stories with us.
Yes. They go, you don't know how, and some forget, and you go, please remember, because that guy's in the room over there. Right? You got it. All right. Anyway, I'm out. There it is. There you go. What? They're going to get rid of me. Why? It is a thing. Fine. They're saying, give them the axe. Okay. Katana that. Okay. That's the answer. Katana. Oh, what's next for you?
I mean, we're excited to be playing at La Femme, and, you know, just like continue forward to see what other projects may be in alignment or tonally related to this. So we're playing at the La Femme Film Festival. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Rachel.
Yeah, excited to continue playing in festivals. And I'm also working on a family documentary. It's a 3-generation Japanese American story. So clearly I have a lot of stuff I'm processing with being half Japanese American, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah, just it's a thing. All right, that's all I'm going to say. See you. The Femme is where it's at. Again, what? It's a warning. Here it is. Okay, here's the warning. Okay, we'll let it go. But what you need to see it. You need to see it. There's some people. I get why you want to see it now. All right. We'll see you after. Thank you.
Thank you,
so much.
Erin. Thank you so much.
You know, in the beginning, all films were short.
It's not a charity. We're not here to help you. We're not here to help your cause. We're there to make our money make money.
It probably takes a year to 2 years to really start seeing money.
That title of executive producer on a feature is not the same as the title of executive producer on a television show.
Because what you're seeing on television right now is history in terms of where decisions are being made today.
Don't give yourself a bad review before you start.
I'm sorry, I'm super awesome, and this is my pitch.
What are recommendations for packaging?
Getting to the right person at the right time, and you have the right piece of the package that they want to see.
And be able to adjust, because the plan will never execute exactly as you plan it.
If you set aside money for social media, for a publicist, for marketing, things like that, and really you don't have to sit behind those dollars and you can have more control of your own release.
You can't go wrong. Like, for me, I knew that my episode was either going to be awesome or fine. Like, that's the risk you take.
We have with us, okay, I'm not going to, I messed up so many names today. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. I don't like to do it. I know your name's there, but I guarantee if I say it, you're going to be mad, and I don't want you mad. So, but the film is The Run, right? Tell me I got it right.
The Run.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, okay, you know what? Let's just play it, and then I'm going to let you guys be the decision on how good it is. And here it is.
Size babamı getirdim Marif Hanım. Hey Marife! Karadeniz'in deli kızı!
Götür onu buradan.
Babama söz verdim. Babansı'ya gömülecek.
Sen tanımıyorsun Marife'yi. Asla izin vermez. Bir şey mi ölmüş burada? Cenaze bekletilmez. Eziyet etme oğlum babam.
Babam size nasıl bir kötülük yapmış olabilir ki bu kadar öfkelisiniz?
İlyas! İş arabadan. Ayakları üstünde gelecekti. Tabutta gelmek kolay.
40 yıl geçmiş.
Size 40 yıl. Benden geçmedi.
Bir şey yapmayacak mısın Allah aşkına ya? Bak günaha ortak oluyoruz hepimiz. İlyas koktu kokacak.
Soysuzun tekiydi bu. Girecek toprak bulamıyor o yüzden. Girmesin de. Önce bu dünyada, sonra da cehennemde yansın.
Baba! Sen niye kimseyi sevemedin baba?
Wow. Okay. That's one of those you come and you go, all right, I'm ready. How long is that?
What?
Sorry, I can't hear you. So they. Oh, so you need a.
Süresi ne kadar?
There you go. Go ahead.
Hi. 95 minutes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and okay. When you see it, you go, "Ooh, that's like okay." And where did you shoot it?
The north of Turkey, Black Sea. Did you hear? Do you know Black Sea?
Yeah, it's been in the news lately. Everybody knows Black Sea now. You're like, did you know Black Sea? No, it was in the Bible, and that's it. All right, so and I know it kind of hits it, and because it's you have to read, and my mother hates reading. If you dub it, I know she'll, but I don't really know. But if it's like you put a lot of work, how much time did it take on this?
Nearly 6 months, I think. Totally.
Okay.
Six,
All right.
6 months. Yes.
Okay.
But partially, we shoot it because of the we would like to see 4 seasons in the same film. That's why we have to shoot 2 week. We have that shooting and then take a break and then go Black Sea again.
Oh, I get it. Like little, actually, that's smart. It's a good way to do a film because in some areas, and you got a scene there with the fog, and I go, oh, that right there, that's right. So you have a shooting location, I guarantee it. But it looks good. I want to see what was the idea behind it to make it.
Birden başla.
3 years ago, we inspired from the Rumi's Mesnevi and specialty, the story of the king and the slave girl. I wanted to explore the themes of love, sacrifice, and ultimate union, but in a setting that feels more personal to me, the Black Sea region. It's a story about the challenges and barriers that love faces and the transcendences that can occur beyond physical boundaries.
Summary'e geç istersen.
The inspired by the story of the king and the slave girls in Rumi's Mesnevi, this tales tell of Marife, who lived alone for 40 years in a mountain house in the Black Sea region. Marife was planning to marry her love, Ilyas, when he suddenly fell ill, and the illness was part of a shame devised by Yahya, who secretly loved Marife, to reveal Ilyas' true nature. Ilyas abandoned Marife when her face became disfigured due to the illness. Fleeing to Istanbul, Marife withdrew into an isolated and anger. And 4 years later, Ilyas' son Atesh returned with his father's body in a coffin. Ilyas's final wish was to be buried in Marife's garden, but that's a spoiler. Marife says, "Go away and get out." That's it. Yes, Julia.
Okay, and I see here, and I could be wrong, but I see long time experience, and then I see woman director. So, Turkey.
Yes.
I know Turkey has. I don't know right now, but I know they have certain because they have said film here in Turkey, right? Right now it's woo, that huge earthquake and everything that's happened. But I've seen a lot about Turkey. I've seen Visit Turkey, and then I see, we don't know what's happening right now. So there's a lot of we don't know where it's going. Do you think you're going to shoot again in Turkey?
TV serial or film?
Any
film, of course. TV serial maybe, because I shot many TV series in Turkey. I think nearly 100 episodes, because I came to Istanbul for my university education. I started working in TV series as an assistant director when I was 17, and then I have been a director for 10 years. But it is very difficult to work on TV in Turkey, because We shoot an average of 150 minutes per episode in 5 or 6 days, and it's very difficult. And I quit the working on TV 3 years ago, and I of course I can make film in Turkey. I made also after Derun a romantic comedy, but TV series is working on TV series is very, very, very difficult for me from now.
Right. And is it Sul or Sule?
Shule.
Sure. I don't know if I need a new tongue. You gotta teach me a language. What language is that? You're like, it's English, obviously.
Sure. Turkish, actually.
Okay, I need to speak Turkey. But it's not Turkey. How do you? What language is that? It's not Turkey. I know that. But what's the language? What's it called? If I look up something like in a, you know.
What I didn't understand the film shooting in Turkish. What subtitle in English?
I want it in, but you know, it's good. I'm going to read it all the way through for all the minutes. But how did you two meet, Sule?
Sorry?
Sule.
How did you two meet?
We. Okay.
How did you connect?
Okay. Actually, I have a talent company, also production company, and she is under my management as a director. That's why we met. But then we are doing some movies together, and after Derun, we did a romantic comedy. We just finished. Then become a partner after that management. And now we are producing all films together.
That's good. Okay, and well, you know what? I'm glad you brought it to La Femme. I cannot give it justice because I need to speak language, and that's the answer. So there it is. It looks amazing. Whatever you did to get the look, wow! I like to go from where you went to film. I go, I want to see it. So that's the answer. Okay. Are you going to come to the States or not really?
Yes, we will come.
Awesome. Okay, we'll see you then. La Femme, take pictures, lots of pictures. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. La Femme is where it's at. Get your tickets. Get it. Also, even if you can't make it to LA, get it where you can. Stream it from anywhere. Well, you have Netflix. I know you do. All right. Go ahead. We'll see you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.